how the dynamic shading works in Excel. Most of the time, conditional formatting is used um, to change colors of the cells and the fonts of the cells in response to the data into the cells, such as an overdue date or a budget expenditure that's too high, or normally it is done using Excel preset conditions. In addition to the preset options, however, it is also possible to create custom conditional formatting rules using Excel formulas to test for the user-specified conditions. One such formula that combines MOD and ROW functions can be used to automatically shade alternative rows, as you can see on the screen, that can make the reading of the data in the huge, large worksheets very easy. So another advantage of using the formula to add the row shading is that the shading is dynamic in this case, which means that it changes if the number of the rows and its data is removed. Then even then you can see the dynamic changes in the sheet. So if the rows are inserted or deleted, the row shading adjusts itself in order to maintain the pattern. So for example, here I've pulled in some manual entry, just like selecting and coloring the data. So if I remove one of the rows, the data is not automatically adjusting itself. So now we are going to do the same thing using Excel condition formatting, and that will be applicable on the whole worksheet. And definitely that condition formatting will adjust itself automatically. So for that reason, simply go to the home and click on the condition formatting. In the condition formatting, you go for the new rule. In the rules area, the last one is use a formula to determine which cell to format. So we'll select that, and there we got some place where we insert the formula. So format values where this formula is true. So the formula that is supposed to be inserted over here is just remember before you start entering the data that I already selected all of the sheet. So the worksheet is selected. This means that the moment I will apply this formula, it will be applicable on whole worksheet. So I will write down the formula now. It's equal to MOT, and then I will start writing ROW, close parentheses, then 2, again close the whole formula, and then there's a equation that we have to build. So we'll put is equal to 0. I'll put the formula here and I will select one color. It's a bit light. Let me put a little shocking color so that you can see the impact. I'll press OK, and there you go. Now the formula is there. So we have all the alternative rows highlighted. So if, for example, I remove one of these rows, it remains the same. And remember, this formula, when we apply this formula, it gets the first row as no formatting. I will tell you the logic for this. Let me show you the formula first and what is the logic of the formula. So I will go and select. So what exactly the formula is telling us over here. The number 2 in the formula that you can see over here is the formula determines that the shading or pattern repeats after every second row in the selected range of data. So this 2 is for the second row. The condition of 0 in the formula determines that the first row in the range is not shaded. We need to make sure that the first row is not shaded. The reason is that often it contains the headings that have their own formatting, so we don't need to touch that. So that's for that reason I put a 0 over here. What is MOD and ROW formula? Now the pattern depends on MOD function. In fact, what MOD does is dividing the row numbers determined by the row function over here by second number inside the bracket, which is here. So this means that it returns a remainder or modulus. It is sometimes called modulus as well. So at this point, conditional formatting takes over and compares the modulus with the number after the equal sign, which is 0. So if there's a match, means the condition is true, the row gets shaded. And if the number on either side is not equal or it's not matching, then the condition is false and the shading is not done. So that is how it is applicable on all of the workbook that we can see over here. So this is one of the handy tips, I'll say, to use conditional formatting in these cases, which is quite handy to view the data. If the data is huge, it's very, I'll say, handy to use this conditional formatting. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Looking forward to talk to you again then. Thank you very much. Bye bye.